Yo, this is Jay Samra, and I'm gonna talk to you about Multiversus. So, with the game having dropped now, me having played it for a couple of days, playing out online, 1v1, 2v2, playing around with single-player Rifts mode, as well as trying out some characters that I honestly thought I wouldn't like as much as I did, nor that I think would be even in the game at all. And I think it's safe to say that this game is still good. I don't know about great. It could reach. It definitely has the potential to reach great levels if they just tone down a couple of things. The main thing being Warner Brothers' bum-ass greed. It was so relieving when the beta came out and you had access to so many characters that to go from that to having to purchase all the characters, well, most of the characters, Shaggy and Banana Guard are the two characters you can get for free. It kind of, like, sucks, but it's also not surprising given, like, Warner Bros.' previous examples of their bigger titles that they put out with tons of microtransactions and just any sort of way they could find in order to take money away from you as a player. And considering you have stuff like Brawlhalla, which is a successful as fuck game that people are still willing to put money towards in order to purchase characters, it's still a bit sad when you go back to how great this game was with its accessibility and gameplay back in the day compared to what it is now. Now, to be fair, I mentioned gameplay. The gameplay is still pretty tight. That's one of the better parts of the game. You could still play the game is still as fast as I remember, maybe a tad bit slower. I still have to look back at older footage in order to get a real comparison. But as far as I can tell right now, the game still runs at a pretty decent speed. Not too slow to be very boring, but also not too fast that you can't tell what the hell is going on. So I think we should start with the brand new mode introduced into the game, the Rifts mode, where it's practically, I guess, an arcade mode. In a way, it's more similar to what Smash does with their arcade modes. You have a couple of matches, some mini games, and then some matches before you fight against the boss. However, in Rifts mode, unlike regular Smash, there's multiple achievements and accomplishments you can get that once you complete them, you can get some sort of reward, whether it's like some sort of in-game currency or some sort of other bonus item. I think, while that is a cool idea, you could take out some of the achievements. Like, there's certain achievements that say you need to bring in a friend or bring in multiple friends for this match, which I don't think is necessary at all. Like, if you just want to have a casual single-player bout, like just a simple single-player run with some of your favorite characters, it'd be better off if you didn't have this achievement there in order to fully, like, get everything required for the Rift. Because I know that's something that a lot of people have been complaining about in the subreddits, and I think it's a bit of a hindrance to multiple people. I also think obtaining some of the currency could be a bit annoying, mainly like, okay, so there's two types of currency in the game. You have the in-game currency that you can obtain by, like, you know, doing certain achievements and stuff to rifts or like doing certain things in online matches, which is the fighter currency, which you can use to obtain fighters in the fighter store. Then there's the premium currency, which you can only get by purchasing with actual real-life money, called Gleamium. My main issues with the in-game currency, the fighter currency, it's kind of standard for you to get like the premium currency with the prices that they have. That's what every fighting game does nowadays. But with the in-game currency, even if you're earning that game currency, it'll still take a while for you to earn enough to get a fighter in the store. Most of the original fighters, the beta fighters, will cost like 3,000 of this fighter currency, whereas Joker, a newer character, and I can only assume Jason and Agent Smith will also be the same, will cost around 6,000. You only earn around like 10 fighter currency, if not 100, if you do certain things in the game. And that's not a lot to earn if you want to get some of your favorite fighters, and it's really fucking annoying. It's the level of Warner Bros. Greed that I feared would probably come to this game, and now that it's here and fully realized, I fucking hate it. There's always chance for this to turn around. There is a potential chance where the fans could maybe rally together and tell Warner Bros. To go fuck themselves and change some of the game to back the way it was, make fighting currency easier to obtain, make some things just easier to do, take away some of the achievements that you don't need to do for single player rifts, and it could be so much better. But I don't think Warner Bros. Has the capability to learn from their mistakes. That's just what I think. I don't think I can blame the devs for this more than I can Warner Bros. Itself, because given their recent history and the fucking rancid failure known as Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, I think it's fair to say that they are not going to learn from their mistakes anytime soon, and I just feel bad for Tony and the other guys working on this game. The gameplay online, primarily with 1v1 and 2v2, is still pretty fun. It's still good to play games with people. There's no network issues for me. There's never any real potential problems with the gameplay. It's just Warner Brothers clearly refuses to learn from their mistakes. And until they do, I don't see this game being as big as it should have been. I was able to get Superman, and he was like the first character I purchased, thankfully, to being able to obtain a certain amount of fighter currency with like login bonuses and doing certain things for the rifts and gaining enough through there, but that was all for 3,000 in fighter currency. Now, it's gonna take a long while in order for me to obtain more in order to play as Batman or Rick or Garnet from Steven Universe, and it's just really annoying to have to go through a process like this just to have fun. It's also really frustrating when you consider just how excited everybody was when the trailer for Joker dropped, and then come the following weeks we find out that Jason is going to be in the game, we find out Agent Smith is going to be in the game, we find out that, oh, if you achieve rifts and you complete a lot of them in a certain time frame, you can get Agent Smith for free and early. As well as the fact that we're teased that we're going to get the Powerpuff Girls, we can get Aquaman, we can get Green Lantern. There's so many really cool characters that can come over to this game for a huge crossover, and unless Warner Brothers gets their hand out their ass, it's not going to be fun for anyone. Again, I don't think the fault is in the devs. I think the fault is primarily on Warner Brothers. And I'm not just hurt as a fighting game fan, I'm hurt as a Warner Brothers fan. Warner Brothers made up a lot of my childhood. I grew up watching a lot of stuff on Cartoon Network. I grew up watching the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. A lot of the stuff I wasn't supposed to see on Adult Swim, I saw getting up early Sunday morning, catching the shit on my channels. And now that there's a chance at this really cool Warner Brothers crossover where we could potentially see characters like the Animaniacs or Green Lantern or maybe even Mad Max or Paul Atreides appear in this multi-platform fighting game, it's just sad to see that not fully realized due to corporate greed. But again, I am optimistic. I do think there could be a chance of there being some sort of turnaround. Maybe, who knows? And this could be too optimistic of me. Maybe Warner Brothers will learn from their mistakes. Maybe there won't be as much corporate greed. Maybe they will pull back on some of the bullshit that they've been giving us, but who really knows? A couple of minor things as well that I do want to talk about is the UI. For example, I think the UI from the beta was way better than the one now. The one now just looks like your typical live service battle royale menu you see for stuff like Fortnite and Apex Legends, as in it isn't really anything unique, nor creative, nor screams fun. I don't know, it's just me. I kind of like the original one better. Also, they changed the portraits. I don't know if anybody noticed, but a lot of the original portraits are not there anymore. They've changed it to actual 3D models of the characters, as opposed to the airbrush portraits we got from the beta. I kind of like the original ones way more, but that's just me. I might be crazy here, but I also think they got rid of some of the how can I say, status effects? Like, in the beta, there was a status effect called Attack Decay, which essentially meant if you were using the same move like 5 times in a row, the hit stun of the opponent, meaning how long the opponent was stuck in a stun state, would decrease the more you use a move. So the opponent got more of a chance to hit you right back and potentially combo you and knock you off the stage and send your ass flying. I actually kind of like that move. It actually led to more versatility and more options to choose from, as opposed to just spamming the same move over and over again, considering that I also just fought a Jason that was constantly spamming teleport every time I tried to move. So I think it's very evident to say that Attack Decay might not be in the game anymore, which kind of sucks, but yeah, what am I gonna do? I think that's about all I really have to say in regards to Multiversus at the moment. You can definitely expect more videos about the game coming up really soon. I do want to do some matches with Superman and Shaggy, whether it be 1v1 or 2v2. I have done some matches, which you might see in the video here. But yeah, until next time, goodbye, sayonara, alvida, peace, thank you.